Hey, so I just got in the door from work. Yeah, so I look kind of a mess and I don't really even know what to talk about, but I'm a bit late, like over an hour late. My fault. I actually planned to record this earlier today and then I didn't, and then I was at work and there was delays and cancellations and all those things. Oh my gosh, I thought something was gonna fall over. Um, and so I was not able to get home like when I originally thought I was. And so my plan then was to record the video when I was on my way home. But then the reality of vlogging in public in order to post this video got the best of me and I just couldn't do it. So I waited till I got home. It's 1:15 in the morning, I guess, now. So it's actually Tuesday and I'm cutting into Tyrus Tuesday, but I'm sorry. Still my day because I didn't post my video yet. um, but yeah, so as far as last week goes, I feel like I accomplished a lot. I have actually been working on this shirt right here. It was supposed to get done today because I wanted to do a live sew with me video, which is part of this challenge that Maura is trying to do. She's not trying to do live sew with me, but she's trying to post for 60 days straight on YouTube, and I want to do it as well, but not like edited content because I just feel like it's not my strong suit. I don't really have time and I want to focus on sewing. So what a great way to like force me to sew and be putting content out there to do live sew with me videos. So that was the goal, to finish this shirt, and look at it hanging perfectly on my mannequin over there. I forgot to pack it. I packed all the tools to work on it, like thread, needles, scissors, whole little cute sewing box, but not the actual shirt. That's still sitting perfectly on my mannequin, whereas my suitcase is over here, still like the handle's up because I just got in the door with it. So obviously the shirt is not in the suitcase. So I wasn't able to do the live sew with me, and I was not actually able to post my first video out of 60 today, but I'm off tomorrow and Maura already posted her video. So I absolutely am gonna start the 60-day challenge tomorrow. And then, yeah, I'm gonna tag right behind her, which kind of I think is awesome because it was her idea to begin with and I'm following her. So I'm just gonna be following suit and I'll be one day behind her the whole way. So yeah, as far as sewing goes, I didn't sew as much as I wanted to. I actually did end up being pretty sick, especially the last couple days. I don't have corona, but I have a sinus infection and I was flying, so that's not the best. Really not recommended at all, actually, at all. So I feel a lot better now. And I wasn't sick like when I left for work. I had called out of work like when I was thinking that I was getting a sinus infection. And then I was off for like a full week after that and I didn't have any symptoms of having a sinus infection. Then of course, the day that I go on my trip, it all comes up, and if I didn't have makeup on right now, my nose is as red as a reindeer from just 2 days of flying. So that's kind of how sinus infections work, though, if you've never had them as a flight attendant specifically. You feel like you're fine when you're not working, and then the minute you start flying again, all the symptoms come back and they get so bad. And with the corona outbreak happening right now, it's so important, especially as someone who is like working in the service industry and you're supposed to be like, you know, kind of like a barrier between sick people and healthy people. Like, if we see someone coming on the plane who's very sick, we definitely need to make a point to not allow someone who might have this disease to travel. So it doesn't look okay if you look sick yourself. Like, you cannot look sick as one of these people that are supposed to be protecting other people from sick people. So I was very aware of myself, and like, you know, making sure that I wasn't sniffling too much, or you know, if I was gonna blow my nose, I would run to the bathroom, which I do normally because I work with drinks and food and stuff, and I don't ever want, you know, people to be disgusted by someone who's like dealing with their service, like giving them stuff. So I generally always, if I have a sinus infection, every time I have to blow my nose, I go to the bathroom, blow my nose, and then wash my hands immediately after, because, you know, I'm helping people and giving people drinks and all that stuff. So I don't want to get people sick, even though sinus infections aren't contagious. But you never know, like, if there's an underlying cold or something. And on top of that, I don't want to make people feel like grossed out or like uncomfortable. Like, so anyways, I was having to do that like extra because of this whole corona pandemic. And so I was like not running to the bathroom as often as I normally do when I start to get a sinus infection, because I refuse usually to like sniffle at all, like, you know, suck it back into you, because that's the worst thing for a sinus infection. You need to get it all out of your face. And but it's very gross when you're working, because you constantly have to be running to the bathroom to release your nose and then wash your hands. And so I was just sniffling a bit and not really letting my nose run. And this is way more information than you want to know, but I'll just finish the thought anyways. The weirdest thing happened. I almost called off my trip because the pressure built up so much, like in my face, that behind my eye, I literally felt at landing that my blood vessel was gonna like pop in my eye, like a blood vessel or something, because there was so much pressure building up behind my eye. And I wasn't, that sounds like I was like excessively like sniffling. It doesn't take that much, like when you have a sinus infection, to make that happen. You have to be really conscious and make sure you're not sniffling, because it's really bad. It can also clog up your ears. It's horrible. So, but the reason I didn't call off my trip is because I ended up feeling a lot better, and I did end up getting the podcast out while I was on my trip. And I am like happy, but also a little sad about it, because I didn't get to distribute it to as many places as I wanted to. I cannot talk right now. I didn't get to distribute it to all the places I wanted to, like Spotify, Apple Podcast, you know, all the big places. But I did get it on YouTube. I wanted to post the whole video on Instagram, but I couldn't figure out how to do this. So if anyone does know how, I tried to post it as like to Instagram TV, as a long video, but it would never upload. And I don't know, when I Googled it, it said it's probably because you have a poor Wi-Fi connection, which could be very true, because I was traveling, so I was either at an airport trying to upload it or at a hotel. I tried at 2 different hotels and at an airport. So all of these places are poor places to try to get connection. In the end, I just really wanted to have a video up on Instagram. So this week I ended up posting a kind of like a teaser. I just posted the intro on Instagram, and then I'm hoping for next week that I can try to post the whole podcast on Instagram, because I think that would be a really great thing to have. And then I also got on SoundCloud, which was Joe's recommendation, which is awesome, because it was also very easy to do. But then moving forward, I would like to also get it on all those other places, which involves, you know, getting a hosting account with someone, and then also possibly distribution, maybe a place that does both. And so that's something that I know that you, Rosie, know something about, so that's something I have been needing to talk to you about, but you lost your phone, so I don't even know when you're going to see this video. But yeah, so I was waiting on Rosie for that, and also Joe had some input. So I just decided, because it was so overwhelming and it was so much to do. I actually had to edit the video many times because to get it's all a learning experience, but so the video I was going to put on YouTube had to be, a certain quality, and the layout was the original layout that I made because I had YouTube in mind when I made the video. Then SoundCloud needed to be a different type of file because it doesn't need a video. And then Instagram, when I went to put it on there, I realized when it goes to Instagram TV, it goes from the horizontal block to a full, vertical page. And I never considered that. I just never really thought about it at all until it happened and they cut off like my video right in the middle, and it was going to be in a very awkward place because we want to show at the intro is fine, like the beginning of the podcast is fine, like being it doesn't get cut because it's on Instagram. It's on like the main page of Instagram, but then it switches to Instagram TV and it's long. But if they did cut the beginning part, it doesn't matter. The part that was weird is it was only going to show Mora and I think Tyrus in the screen because it, cuts to the two middle people. And it's supposed to be me and Mora. So I had to edit that page. And then in order to edit that one photo, I have to edit the whole, video and then re-upload it and all these things. So anyways, it just ended up being a long process, especially probably exaggerated because I was at a hotel. So I was dealing with the hotel Wi-Fi when I was uploading. So I pretty much, that night that I did the podcast, I edited the podcast and I exported it, uploaded it to SoundCloud privately, uploaded it to YouTube, and then I think I didn't like the quality I think I originally put on YouTube or something, maybe because I put it as what is it called? I uploaded to YouTube as a scheduled video, but then I ended up exporting a new video from Premiere Pro, went to sleep waiting for the export for 2 hours, woke up in 2 hours, got that video, reposted that video to YouTube and deleted the original one, I think because the quality of the photo was weird for some reason. Because of the type of video that I exported, I should have done something else. All learning experience. But then, so after that happened, then I edited the video for the Instagram one and had to wait 2 hours for that to export. So I went back to sleep for 2 hours, woke up. When I looked at it, I had edited the whole photo, or the whole photo as if it's like this whole thing. I edited the photo for Instagram, and then I edited something about the Premiere Pro file as well, but I never put the photo into Premiere Pro. So I edited the photo, re-exported it, went to upload it. There was no photo. I deleted the original photo, so it was just a black screen. So then I had to do it again. And then I slept for another 2 hours, and then I got up, and then I did it again. And then when I tried to upload it to Instagram, it did not work. So then I tried again, didn't work, and it would take good 20-30 minutes every time to process before it decided that it didn't want to work. So that was the whole thing. This is a really long video. None of us have ever made a 14-minute video before. I doubt any of you are going to want to listen to this, but that's what it is. So that was with the podcast. There was some other things that I learned along the way about it, but I pretty much, I don't know, I think it went somewhat well, and there's definitely places to improve, but I think overall I'm pretty happy. I feel a little bit stressed because it's my first day back to work, or not my first day back in the work, but my first trip in about a month and working, and then I have, Mondays that I have to do all this stuff on here, and it just felt a bit overwhelming, on top of having the podcast, and then also the 60-day thing looming. So it's a lot, but also I think I'm on the right track. I'm very excited to start doing those live sew with me's. I'm very excited to sew a lot more. I'm very, very nervous about my job as a flight attendant right now with the coronavirus pandemic. And yeah, so everything's kind of up in the air. And I'm very interested to see what happens moving forward. And I'm also very interested to see what all of you guys get up to this week. Please don't forget about your weekly challenges, and check in with each other. Make sure everyone is able to get those challenges done. Just, try to hold each other accountable so we can stay on task with like what's really important to us and what we're trying to get completed this year. Because I don't know, I think if we all kind of hold each other accountable, we can get some really awesome things done. I mean, the fact that we already have a podcast up in some way, shape, or form is awesome, because we just started this. I mean, we had to have started podcasting like at the most 3 weeks ago. And it would have been right before February 14th. So yeah, maybe a little, okay, so a month and a half ago, maybe. Yeah. So, okay, like 5 weeks ago, but still, like, we have a bunch of episodes filmed and we're getting it out there, so I'm excited. And that's not even our main thing. That's just supposed to be motivating us to get all of the stuff that we actually want to do done. So let's just keep it up, guys. And if you actually got to the end of my video, I am very thankful to you for actually giving a crap what I'm saying. And I promise you, I'm not having a mental breakdown. I am just really tired and I want to eat something. But yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good week.